Hello, 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 and welcome back to Enlightenment Essentials. I am so happy to be back with you. I'm Caroline Mary. I'm your host, and we are together with Aureya Magdalen here. This beautiful lady is sharing today about her book, and it's called Energy Body Early Enlightenment. And this is book one of a four-part series. And this is, I mean, it's just absolutely perfectly aligned with the channel, with everything I'm working about. And obviously, Aureya is such a let's say a wise teacher, and I'm following in your footsteps, so it's just so perfect. And it's going to be out in late July. You can find it on Amazon, and if you're watching this after the event, I will be putting the link down, and you'll be able to get that on paperback and ebook. So if you're in the UK and you're wondering, will I be able to get it? Yes, you will. So Aureya, what was the inspiration? Obviously, we know a lot of us are here, we're light body, we're light workers, and we're offering. But when did that book land for you? Oh, this is what I'm going to do. Like, how did that come about, Aureya?
I just have to say I'm so excited and happy to be with you, Caroline Mary.
Me too.
Um, I was invited by Aurora Medway Smith to be in two of her books, which you can see on my little backdrop here.
Oh,
And so I got writing. And I've known that I would write in my later life always. And then all of a sudden I was invited. And once I started writing, I just knew I won't stop. Just
nice.
won't because it's my thing.
Yeah, I
And
really.
I want to say one of my discoveries about it is that I'm funny. Like I when I'm reading my book, I laugh. It's funny. So
I love that. I absolutely love. And you know what, Araya, thank you for saying that, because even though I wrote Who Called You Crazy, the first iteration, and actually some of the following books that will be coming out probably next year now for me, I hadn't published. And it's the same for me, like being in those books with Angela that you can see. I'm in both of those, and I'm in three others. I've got going to be in the Good Grief Oracle now, coming out later this year. It really gave me that courage, like, yeah, this is a thing. And I'm like you, like, I think some of us, I want to say like older souls, it's like we just get this download and we just got it. We want to get that information out. So tell us, how did the writing process go for you? Did you kind of start a little bit every morning, or are you late at night? How does that work for you, Aureya?
yeah, it took a while, and now that I look back at it, it's just because I was scared of myself. I was like, are
Yeah.
you can you really do this?
Okay. Yeah.
And then I'm working with Michelle Emerson as an editor.
Yep.
She's so
Yep.
lovely,
Yeah.
and she just knows how to do it. So I felt secure.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
then she basically gave me a date that I had to have my book in,
Oh,
and now I understand that you need a
God.
date. You need a date.
Oh my
You
God.
know,
You know what? Yeah.
that's what makes you get it done.
Yeah, I so get you. And the same, because that is the lady that Angela uses to pull together the Oracle book.
The other thing that I would say, since you asked, how did I get to writing this,
Mhm.
is that I always, since I could work, early 20s, I've worked with people, and then probably by mid 30s, I was working with people clairvoyantly. So,
Right.
even today, three people a day, I'm looking exactly at how their chakras uh, are opening, releasing their agreements for limitation, ego contracts, and then they're all that light reestablishing in the core. And
Mm.
so I'm watching the process of energy body enlightenment every day, all day. So
Okay.
I truly feel like I'm in a great position to describe it to people.
Yeah. Yeah, right. And that is the thing, isn't it? Like sometimes I think, well, why aren't I writing about it? And it's like because you're where you are. So let's dive in, Aureya. you're going to talk us through the different chapters. Obviously, I've had a little sneaky peek, and it's just, it's just so exciting. I feel like I'm getting like the front row seat to find out all the goodies. So I'm very happy, very honored.
Thank you for
Yeah,
being a fan. I appreciate that. I am your fan as well.
bless you.
Um, so I thought it would be fun for us to say, what's all the fuss? Like everyone's all about enlightenment, but what is what does it feel like to start succeeding in that? And what does it mean? Like,
Love
so
that.
yeah, what successes have you had? I'll start. I'll just say the
Go
things
for it.
I treasure
Sure.
about my being at this point after
Mm,
all the hard work.
right.
Yeah, which for me started in the 80s. I was in ego dissolution already. So, yeah, so for me, what I treasure is my open heart. I got to a point where my heart didn't close. It doesn't contract anymore. I can notice that something hit into what used to be a wound, and
Mm.
I can feel it, but my heart stays steady.
Oh my gosh, wow.
And that is, you can't beat it. And
Sure.
right. And so there's that. And then there's also a feeling. I was trying to look at this morning so I could talk about this, a true feeling of receptivity to the infinite, to the big love. I
Mm,
just feel myself as a flow of that.
mm,
And it
gotcha.
yeah, and it creates a vibratory aliveness, kind of like a juiciness.
Mm,
And yeah, it's beautiful to not be giving. This is another thing that's in the book, to not be giving anymore on relationship cords, that place where you feel like you signed up for a duty that then it feels so good and then it feels so bad. um, to be able to give really from the being that I am, really more as a channel. It's so light
yes.
and spontaneous,
Oh, yes. I was going to say in free. The words come into me real
free.
free and flowing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So those are my top three or four. So
I
uh,
love that. And you
yeah,
know, I was kind of feeling in what you were saying about that heart open and that being in the kind of the presence and I know for sure when I remember when I had my big awakenings and it was just like, oh, and I want to love everyone and da, 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 da. And of course, what I now understand, the book really helped me understand that to another level. Like, as I was writing and editing it, so much was sinking in that I hadn't done the integration. One of the joys to being in the place where I keep remembering, hang on, if there's a wonky moment, do the work, do some healing, talk to my inner child, which I'm probably you're going to mention. I've got so many tools to keep coming back to center, keep expanding, heal the heart if it contracts. So I'm not all the way there, but I'm definitely, everything is feeling so much easier. And I'm just getting this image of this happening where things are, if there's a tweak, it's like, oh, that doesn't quite feel aligned. Right, reshuffle, align. You don't just switch and that's it, you're done. It's lots of little shifts, isn't it? And that is, I can see that happening. And that is, yeah, I'm so grateful. Yeah, really grateful with that. Yeah,
good.
amazing.
So I am going to talk about the very early Enlightenment,
Mm,
which you've spoken to a little bit, and I call that the pink cloud.
mm, mm.
And it's the time when the magic starts showing up,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's the enticement to
Mm,
remember,
yeah,
who we really are.
yeah.
And I was talking with a girlfriend who has a new boyfriend, and she said, we're on the 11:11 uh, thing with each other. And I knew exactly what she was talking about.
Amazing.
it's like when it's 11:11, they send each other, some type of a little picture, and they see their phone and it's 11:11 and they think of each other. And I think those types of things are ways to enter spirituality with a partner often, something sweet like that, like another couple uh, found pennies on the sidewalk or dimes, and she would help her partner say, "See, this is spirit." So anyway, pink cloud time is very, um, I don't know, one and the same as everybody starting their process of enlightenment.
Yeah.
And then the next thing happens. I'm going to read this little thing from the one of the chapters. It says, once the pink cloud time of reunion with the self has served its mission, instilling beginning faith, a beginning sense of goodness, and occasional larger perspective, we feel more courageous to look within. And I put in quotes, okay, I'll look, but if I cannot stomach what I see, I reserve the right to pretend that I didn't.
Yeah.
And can we blame ourselves for not looking when we judge ourselves for our imbalances so harshly?
Oh gosh,
So
yeah.
I wanted to say that that part of, self-blame, self-hatred, self-criticism, we've all got it. It's one of the processes that we go through. And I want to say two ways, and you can look, Caroline, Mary, how you got over this or how you're getting over it now. But finally saw that I truly had come to Earth on purpose to help. And I
Mm.
saw that it was hard on me, really hard on me to be in this density. And so I started to really cherish my devotion,
Mm.
to come here again and again, really to help.
Oh, I love that. I really
Yeah.
love that. Yeah. And I don't know if you're watching this and you're really ringing, like you can feel that softening. You can feel that, like, of course, dunk. Because also the realization is a lot of the challenges that we think, oh, silly me. It's like, no, no, this is part of your curriculum. And actually, the Course in Miracles really helped me. And I kind of knew it. I just didn't have the words. And it was like the permission slip reading it. It's like, no, no, we really do have a unique curriculum. So if you grab it quicker and not just think I'm crap, which used to be my bury your head, blah, 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 self-berate, smoke a joint, whatever. Now it's like, okay, what am I learning? Cool. This is an opportunity. It becomes expansive rather than contractive, isn't it? But I will say the thing that really, really brought this home to me was I felt guided earlier this year. In fact, no, I bought it last year. It was to study IFS, so internal family systems, and I'd read the book No Bad Parts. And even though I knew the theory, and with clients that I work with, it's always like, I'm not batting your parts, but I was batting my parts. So reading it, I was like, oh, yeah, who I thought was my higher self being like, oh, blah, blah, blah. No, no, that's another of your protector, aspects. And what would Jesus do? What would God say to me? What would they, oh, and I'm allowed, it doesn't matter how shit I think this thing is, I can still love it. Oh my God, who knew? So that this year and studying this course, and obviously there's little exercises, that is what I'm doing. It's like, am I being loving to myself? No. Okay. Why? Because you think the other person wouldn't be. Who cares? You're allowed to love the bit that did the worst thing. And that's the point in it, low bad parts, isn't it? And that's the whole, and obviously lots of other examples of that teaching. But it's like it doesn't matter. The worst thing you can just own because you're putting it on this altar of love, I think is in the Course of Miracles. So it's really sunk in this year. So yeah, it's
That's
like, oh,
beautiful.
sorry, all you parts that I was just snapping into judgment. I'm sorry. Come back. I love you.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I call that the wrongdoer consciousness, and I go into that in the second book,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that I do feel that that's an imprint that every human takes on. It's one of our group planetary karmas.
Yeah, and you know what I'm just hearing? It's the Punisher, isn't it? And it talks, it's a big theme in Course in Miracles. It's like, are you punishing someone? And ultimately, you're almost saying, and therefore, there's no redemption. And it's the sinner, is this whole concept. And I don't think for a minute it's anything to do with Jesus. It's the human interpretation, blah, 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 blah. But yes, and that is all coming like, oh, what you really mean that we're just learning. Yeah, there's nothing. And of course, this is quite a stretch, feels to say, because that has to then apply to the worst humans. And I always had a sense like we just got to love them. If the worst thing you do, the more love you need. And it is a stretch for people that are new on this path. I think it's like, no, that's spiritual bypassing. I don't think so. It is the ultimate in compassion, isn't it? But it takes some doing to get to that point, maybe. I don't.
Yeah. Well, I used to work a lot with people who'd been molested. And in terms of this idea of forgiving, I would say, there's the child you that was molested, that person is truly a victim.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yet your soul uh,
Yes. Yeah.
agreed to this experience.
Yeah.
And you agreed with this other soul.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're at the biggest level, every single thing we do with anyone is an agreement. One of my teachers said, you can't have bacteria without agreeing to have it. Like
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
every
Yeah.
single thing. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
um,
Really get you.
yeah. So I
Yeah. And
wanted to go,
can I just say, if you're watching this, and if you're like, this is really triggering me, please reach out to us because we're not saying that you're not valid to have your feelings. It's not saying skip to just you should be able to forgive. That's not what we're saying because I know this is a challenging theme if you've had that go on. So please reach out to your support system, to us if you want to chat and understand it a bit more. We're not saying no, you should just manage, you should just get to your own self. It's a journey, but it's putting it into a perspective. So I just wanted to say that before we
that
move
was
on.
very kind. That
Yeah.
was very kind.
Yeah.
And kind of speaking of going back to basics, I wanted to say kind of a definition of enlightenment in the energy body is basically that refers to a steady gaining of consciousness. So, what is consciousness? It's, attention, it's awareness, it's receptivity to what you're feeling. And so, that enlightenment in the energy body, the way I'm talking about it, is a steady gaining of consciousness, in the physical and energy bodies. Yeah.
Yeah. I
And then
really
I,
that.
yeah. And then I also want to give a definition of, because we're talking about, ego and karma. And, if you don't know how it works, it can be so confusing. So I just want to put that in a very simplistic way. So yeah, I always like to have an object. I'm going to use this little lipstick.
Mm.
So if I'm talking about an ego agreement in my throat chakra, it literally congeals into a structure. This might be a memory, a decision, something your soul has been working on for more than this life. And
Mhm.
it's literally a little structure. And it sits in the energy body of that chakra. And we all know what it's like to have a repetitive lesson over and over. The light keeps hitting it. You get a little bit of the lesson, and then the light hits it again. You get to repeat the understanding until finally, what happens is this can only be held in density, in structure, if it's in polarity, if it's in duality, if
Hey.
it hasn't gone back to wholeness.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing in this repetitive learning is we're getting all the sides of it. We're not attached. Is it good? Is it bad? No, it just is. And
Yeah.
then finally it goes poof. We've gotten it all. We've loved it up. We know it isn't us. It's just a potential frequency.
Mm.
Both dualities are a potential frequency. And
Mm.
we know that, oh, I can embody that again if I like. If it's
Mm.
highest good, it will
Mm.
come back down through me
Mm.
and present again. But I
Mm.
don't have to hold it as a structure.
Mm. Mm.
So the structure releases, and the energy, your life force energy that's been holding that and looking at it, that life force, when the structure dissolves, comes back into the chakra.
Mm.
And
Right.
so then each chakra, the average person has two or three structures. Anyone who would be listening to us would
Okay.
only have two or three structures, maybe six at most, probably in any given chakra.
Okay.
But when they're all poofed, that chakra does something that I call consecrate, which
Okay.
means it now is your presence, your aliveness, your awareness, your consciousness, it lives there. You are that.
Beautiful. Oh
You're
God.
you're you're not bouncing into some structure, that feels tight around the collar.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
You might remember those structures that you used to bounce into.
Mm.
You can still hold them in your heart. You can see
Mhm.
them in others. Oh, I used to have that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you're living freedom.
Yeah.
And when all the chakras do that,
Ooh.
and then they start talking, that's my fourth book. What it's about is then they start talking to each other.
Mm.
And they
Beautiful.
really have special relationships. So I'll be talking about that.
Oh my God, I love that. And I just, again, I want to say to viewers, like, if you're watching this, I hope you're feeling the grace, which I am. That is, if you feel like you're repeating a pattern or a situation, it's not like there's a lot of like pop psychology. It's like, oh, you just manifested, you self-sabotage. It's that language is that's the punishing language. It's like, no, you're being given the opportunity to purify, heal, cleanse, understand, look, enlighten yourself from, say, for example, for me, money is has been a big theme, right? My numerology is all about eights. So to me, that's power money. So rather than if I'm in a really bad place, I'm like, I'm doing shit. And then I'm like, hang on, catch yourself. What's happening? Oh, yeah, I've just learned. It feels the same, but if I look at it, it's not the same. I'm actually in a different place. I might be spiraling, but like every time I like connect to money and I think about it, I'm like, oh yeah, I am in a really different place. It reminds me of that because that was like the first iteration. And so and it's not like I'm just going, I just whipped myself for the fun of it. It's expansion. This is part of our learning process. And certainly something like money, it's had a bad rap. So we are purifying our connection with it, past life connection with it, the mass consciousness connection with it. It's not just I'm shit, which can be, that oh well, I just give up because I'm crap. No, it's not about that. So anyway, I just wanted to put that in there because I think sometimes we can hear people that are maybe a few steps beyond. You think, oh yeah, I'm just no. There's a lot of people going about that, oh, you're manifesting it because as though you're a failure, like victim blaming, and it's just like
Ah,
just let all of that go because it's just we don't go anywhere with that mentality. Yeah, it's a curriculum and you can work through the stuff. So yeah.
good, good. Which I know you know this, but I think it really bears to be said
Mm.
that when you are a light being, when you have come here to help, when you're looking down at the earth and you know you're going to come again, you're really looking at as a compassionate being,
Mm.
like, oh, I want to help this earth. What would I like to help with?
Mm.
What touches my heart? What suffering would I like to help unravel?
Mm. Mm.
So
Yeah.
then we take the things that are precious to us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and we embody into them. We have the experience.
Yes. Right.
We have the issue. We have the drama, trauma of that thing.
Yeah.
And then as we ourselves unravel that, we put our love into it, we learn about it, and finally it poofs and comes back into wholeness.
Mm-hmm.
The understanding and the gift of that healing, of that particular frequency imbalance, goes out globally. It goes into the collective consciousness.
Oh, I just absolutely I love what you're saying there. Yeah. 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 Oh, Aureya, I just love that. And I was looking when you were saying that, I was just seeing the lotus that you've got above the books, and that is exactly what's happening, right? It's why my business is Open Lotus Living, and thank you because I'm feeling the healing of that through the books that I'm going to be writing and the journey, and obviously me being locked up, and it could have had all those labels. So thank you so much because yeah, I am passionate about that, and it will puff at some
Yes.
point. Yeah,
Good.
amazing.
I wanted to just say the little prayer about um, offering things to the collective. So this is it. May the understanding that I've gained from all the love and attention that I have given to this issue, the wisdom that I've integrated from bringing it into balance inside myself, go out into the collective consciousness.
Mm, mm,
Yeah.
mm. Oh, beautiful.
Oh, good. Okay. A couple other things that I want to talk about.
Mm,
Um, one is we said a little bit about it, but I want to say more because in early enlightenment, we usually realize that uh, we're helping others in some way that feels a bit off balance.
hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, we're we're healers. We love to give, but then we're hurting ourselves in some way.
Hmm. Yeah.
And so, there are many ways to make a relationship cord that make us feel like, "Ah."
Mm,
But the two basics are in the second chakra, and I think most people can relate to this. So the second chakra is the water, it's the nourishment, it's like the energy that comes up in the lotus from the earth goes into the flower of beauty and yeah, sweetness of life.
mm,
And so we give that kind of wet, nurturing love. Uh, Often to one of our parents, and we're helping make their life livable.
mm,
Like my mom was a single parent. She worked so hard. She was a male essence being. She was so dry. And I just gave and gave and and gave. So we're either over giving, and then of
mm,
course we in our early relationships we just duplicate that pattern. I used to just, even when I was with friends, I would come home so depleted. Yeah,
mm,
lots
mhm,
of ways life taught me to stop doing that. And yeah, I have some great audios and so forth about containment. But anyway, so we overgive or we overreceive. And so what that looks like is, we're the washing machine for the family or for the father or the mother. We whatever's too heavy for them, they're walking around just they can't process it. We just allow them to put it on a relationship cord incoming, and we ground it out. We wash it, we clean it, we get ourselves moving again. But with either of those patterns, our second chakra, or again, these could be other chakras that are making these relationship cords, they're so full of the energy of other people.
mm.
They're so full of the heavier, denser energies of other people that
Oh,
we cannot feel ourselves.
oh. 100%. I was having a healing this morning. I'm doing, as I was saying before the call, I'm doing a lot at the minute. And I tuned into that area and I was like, oh my God, it's just black. And I was like, I just got this knowing this isn't even mine. I was like, oh, okay, I can just let that go. I just took it on. I was like, okay, may it be transmuted with love, no judgment. But yeah, I don't even need that. And I was like, suddenly it was like, huh, that's better. I'm back, So yeah, easy to do, easy to do. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have this exercise that I developed for my daughters when they were in teenage hell of coming home with all their girlfriends' feelings. And it's called feeling fish, and it's going down into your second chakra. I called it for them the aquarium, and naming the fish and what do they look like and what are they feeling and how's their energy, what is their expression on their face, and then is that your feeling,
Yeah.
or is that, Susie's at school? And if it is, taking it out of your aquarium, blowing kisses, sending love along with it, and putting it either in the ocean so that it can find Susie again or back into Susie's aura. There's some specifics about that work better. But anyway, I just wanted to say that we are all of us, entire planet, moving out of the relationship cord system.
Mm,
Some of the young children will not make relationship cords. They do
mm.
not even make them with their parents.
Right. They're just free.
They're free. So
Mm,
what does that look like then? It's what I was talking about at the beginning, is that you have this sovereign energy body and you're healing as um, like kind of liquid wisdom and perfect right action. So
mm.
I wouldn't, see something in Caroline Mary and decide I need to help. I wouldn't help at all unless I got pinged, by spirit
Yeah.
that says,
Yeah.
so and so could really use something. And then usually it comes through me in an instant.
Sure. Yeah.
It's
And
it's
it's an easy match, hey? Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
it's effortless and joyful is how you know
yeah.
it's through the flow as opposed to through these relationship cords that are very effortful and
Yes.
feel like a duty that you must perform.
I
Yeah,
really, I really know the difference. Yeah.
yeah,
Sad to
yeah,
say, I know and can feel the difference. Yeah.
yeah. So we're completing this on the planet, and I'm so pleased with that. And then I want to jump to something else, because most of these cords and heavy contracting is in the lower chakras.
Mm,
And people say to me, as a spiritual teacher almost every day, basically, I want more of my light. I want more of my clairvoyance. I want to hear my guides. I want to know who I am at a higher level.
mm.
And I say, well, darling, you need to get grounded. You need to come home into these lower chakras. You need to contain your second chakra out of these over giving or over receiving. Um, there truly needs to be enough earth light. So I'm going to read this little thing that says this from my book.
Beautiful.
The first, second, and third chakras provide security, earth connectivity, and help us feel safe, which in turn allows us to energetically handle the big, fast flow of energy incoming from our higher self.
Yeah.
Our channel, our vertical column, can only handle so much fast incoming light from our soul and our guides and our spiritual lineages without the lower chakras being filled in, buzzing with life and wide expanded. We
Yeah.
need those lower chakras as an anchor. And when they fill in and expand, when they're receiving enough light from the earth, more light rushes in from above.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I feel it, I hear it, I get it. And this is I know now that's the very thing that I hadn't done years ago. So I was like, oh my God, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. And I was up here and everyone, you're so grounded, or they wouldn't tell me, they'd just be like a bit, because it wasn't stabilized. And I was just getting this image then. I have a lot of different books, different projects, but as I'm doing my work on these lower things, then I give birth to them. I see it. It's like how it comes in. And if it just gets here, you're just going to be thinking, talking, thinking, talking. And it can be a bottleneck. It has to go down, and then you give birth to it, and then you've stabilized the frequency of it. And if you can't, and you're wondering why, maybe there's something in your third chakra, those chakras. So I think I'm the living proof of that, because for years
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, man, I got it. Yeah, I found God, blah, blah, blah. I was just here. So yeah, I really get you, really get you. And it's not a punishment, it's for good reason. It's an energetic and we're queer and that. I want to say fact, doesn't quite feel the right thing. Sorry, got an alarm going off there. It's just an energetic reality, actually. That's what it is, isn't it? It's like having a house, and if your basement is filled with garbage, it's not like all the way clear, is it? It's like a bit top heavy. And then you take it from me, doing that inner work is not a big deal once you find your tools, and it then becomes easier, and you're not going to be feeling. To me, it was a paradigm clash because I didn't have the discernment to check in. So this bit knew what I wanted, but that bit wasn't in alignment. So nothing, it was like everything was a bit at odds. So yeah, so hearing that. Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Let
Words.
me let me give one, like the most simple tool is, I call it the pancake. And it's 10 minutes on your belly on the earth and 10 minutes on your back on the earth. Get a cotton blanket, lay down anywhere. And if you can't do it, just do it on your bed
Mm,
and tell yourself that you're um, uh, communing with the energies of the earth. And
mm,
you just think of your favorite energies of the earth or the oceans. You like whales, that's good enough. You like crystals, you love trees, you love dogs, whatever you love of the animal, lizards. Um, anyway, you just let that twinkle into you, and your first chakra will come alive. And the earth is like a magnet for itself. It will draw the density out of you if you
mm.
lay on the earth.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just wanted to give that as the most simple but most powerful way
Mm,
to get those lower chakras going.
beautiful.
Yeah. So I want to just talk about one other thing that's part of early enlightenment,
Mm,
and that it always amazes me that everyone finds a way to do this, but I call it the isolation period.
mm, yeah.
And it basically is like a forced march out of codependence, out of relationship cords. And it can be, because you've moved. It can be because you've had a health issue. It could be because somebody died in your life. Um, uh, but the bell goes off, and you cannot do ego life as your only thing anymore.
Hmm.
And so there's the pink cloud, there's the beginning of ego dissolution, and then boom, you get pulled out of your everyday life in some way.
Hmm.
And you start looking at all the relationships, and you just don't want them. It's too heavy. It doesn't feel like you.
Hmm.
You don't feel seen. You don't feel like you're getting to be your authentic self, and you start completing relationships, and it's all good. So I mostly want to say, because pretty
Yeah.
much everyone freaks out right there. And I
Yes.
remember saying to myself over and over again, like, I don't have any friends. I don't have enough friends. why? And then later in the process, I was like, I don't want to be with these people.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
they're
yeah, yeah,
still in such an ego uh, identification
yeah,
that it's too heavy for me.
yeah,
I need people who are in this process with, like I am,
yeah,
who understand.
yeah, yeah,
Um, yeah. But anyway, if you're in the isolation period, your soul chose it for a reason. Don't fight.
absolutely.
Yeah. And what happens is you drop all this external, all your light goes deeper, and
Yeah,
you have heavy ego dissolution. But
yeah,
it's if you give it your attention, you'll pop out of that into so much more of your strength, so
yeah.
much more of your sovereignty, so much more of your creativity. Because
Yes.
right?
You're free.
Because
Energy is free suddenly. Yeah. And do you know what I was getting? I was seeing this picture because I wanted to say if you feel like you know this, like, and you can feel guilty because you're like, oh, I kind of love these people, but now I feel like I'm being selfish. What I was getting is it's like an iceberg, and everyone's kind of trapped and glued and a bit like that. And you've broken off, and then another one will break. And I saw it, right? And I left. I went traveling to Portugal. Well, I fell off a horse and I was like, this is a sign. Off I go. I know I've got to go to Portugal. Went off with my partner, and I knew on that thing I need to split with him as well, because otherwise I'd still be in that old thing, bless his heart. And then I literally, where I'm going to live, new town. It was just like, oh, but I knew I'd called it. I was like, okay, spirit, you got me. And I shaved my dreads, and literally I gave away everything, all my old instruments, all the old paraphernalia. And then people like, my mum was like, yeah, but you're a musician. It's like, yeah, I'm also a philosopher and a spiritual fucking yogi, blah, blah. Like, you just see what you want to see. And it was gone. It was gone. And it was tumbleweed. And it was like, oh God. But yeah, look, I'm now, multiple published author, la, 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 because it was the self inside. Yeah. And I would spend hours a day meditating and softening and there, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, it's so worth it. So if you're there, do not panic, and you're also giving them the opportunity. That's what I wanted to say as well. It's coming in strongly. You're giving them the opportunity to start breaking out, out of that iceberg and become free. So you're just you're doing yourself a favor, but it will not have that knock-on effect. So don't feel bad. It's okay. Yeah. Yeah.
good.
Really, really.
Yeah, I'll piggyback on that about how it affects other people.
Mm,
When two people make a accord, the higher selves know the reason,
mm,
and the higher selves are tracking the learning.
mm,
And
mm,
when one person gets getting the itch of like, this feels done, I'm out of here, this is not good, it's pinging the other person to, yeah, our spirits are both saying, this is completing now. This is
mm.
completing now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So with people who can see and want to learn these things, I have people look at when they're completing a chord with someone, and I have some really great tools of completion and really finishing the learning to look at, to assist that other person
Mm,
to take the energy where you are giving to them, or you are higher souls allow other people to give when you
mm,
don't need it, so that that other person can get stronger
mm,
in themselves. So
mm,
if you have a cord of receiving and it feels so weird to you because, wait a minute, I'm really strong in these ways, but I'm totally letting this person direct me, or
mm.
accept me, and it makes me feel like I can't accept myself. What's going on? You're temporarily limiting yourself to give. And we
Okay.
do this with higher beings, do this with our parents, to give them a chance to be a good dad and know something you don't know. We
Mm.
literally diminish our light to help others give. Anyway,
Oh,
when,
oh, that's striking. Sorry, that's just like I'm just getting all these examples. I'm like, God, that makes so much sense. Like, and I'm sure both ways, right? Thank you.
yes. So, anyway, when you finish, two things, well, probably eight things, but two for now. One is you want to really talk to that person on the inner planes. You want
Mm,
to tell them, I've got you in my heart. I'm not dropping you forever. Like I'm
mm,
holding you in my heart. That's the
yeah.
spiritual way to heal. I'm holding you in my heart. But it's not giving something of my personal energy away that makes me feel drained. That's part of my being to love.
Yeah.
So you reassure them that my love is still there. And then you can look at the chakra that is being impacted in them,
Mm,
and you can help them feel that chakra related to the earth. You can literally show them energetically. What if you received more earth there? You
mm.
felt more safe in yourself,
I got you. And then
right?
it's not you being the safety, it's them. Yeah.
Yes, and you can also help them receive more temporarily by
Mm,
showing them on the inner planes. Look, instead of having me feeding your throat chakra,
yeah.
being your teacher,
Yeah.
you can you can reach for your own wisdom. What would that feel like? Listening to yourself instead of me. And
Yes.
if that person is ready to do it themselves, they will be so thrilled to take their next step out of codependence and
Sure.
and go into their own sovereignty. And if they are not ready, they will court someone else.
Mm,
Not your business. They get to now, your mom, you're not going to nurture her for the rest of her life. She can find a girlfriend to do that,
mm,
right? She can
yeah.
invent a new chord with her partner if she has one.
Mm,
So
mm,
that's their business. Your business is enlightenment. Your business is finishing relationship chords. And what I also have people say to their people that they're completing with is a self-valuing thing, which is, it's my time to go into my enlightenment. It's my time. And
yeah.
so I need to finish this agreement that I
Mm,
have. And you always want to thank people because gratitude completes karma.
mm,
It's like thanks, mom, or thanks, friend.
mm.
Thank you so much for what we've learned together. And now it's my time to go into enlightenment, which means I'm completing this
Yeah.
agreement.
Yeah.
And if you like, you can watch me since I'm maybe a couple steps ahead of you. You
Mm.
can watch me on the higher planes go into this kind of major ego dissolution and, a stronger core flow. You can watch because it's pretty cool. You're going to do it soon.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love that. And I can really feel in me. It's like there's one or two people that I'm like, oh my God, can I really just uncord? Because I certainly could feel the like enough now. This is feeling like really like I'm just trapped. And it's like I can feel it like I've felt in jobs. I'm like, I just can't do it. I start swearing. I know when I feel trapped because I swear. I'm like, oh, get me out of here. And but yeah, you do feel guilty. But again, that's part of my work to do, right? It's like, oh, do I need to feel? No, you're not the mother of all. You're not the divine mother. They have access to divine mother and divine earth mother. You don't have to take that on. Yeah, and that's maybe part of a lesson, right? So
Yeah.
yeah.
I used to call myself the big tit in the sky.
I love that. The big tit in the sky though.
Okay, everybody. So we're going to wrap up now. And I just want to say that this early enlightenment, kind of what you get out of it is you get faith in the process. You get faith in, oh, I really am a spiritual being. I remember that I have some spiritual maturity here. I
Yes.
can see that I can complete these agreements and still, love myself. I
Mm,
can value myself for what I came here to do. And I'm willing to go forward.
yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
just love that. And it's this thing, it's like tiny steps, isn't it? The curriculum, break it down. Like you don't just swallow a degree, you do one lesson, one term, one module, it builds up, doesn't it? And I definitely felt when I had that kind of major awakening, it was like I could feel yeah, but what I think of enlightenment feels very far away. And it's like, yeah, but it's small steps and it's manageable. And yeah, so thank you. One petal at a time. Yeah. Oh, amazing, Aureya. Thank you so much. I can feel all of those pearls of wisdom softening little parts like, oh, thank you. Yes, thank you. Yes. And I hope you did at home as well. Yeah. So, Aureya, if somebody wants to work with you and connect, we're going to put your number and your website down there. You have spaces open. You work online
I
as
do. I
yeah,
do. I mostly work on the phone these days, but if
right.
someone is overseas, I do Zoom.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, great. So if you feel that, I also have spaces as well. I'm in the middle of really I'm gonna what's the word? Reconfigure my offerings because I'm seeing it's like there's just one portal. If you need me, I'm the person. It might include any of this because I looked at the moment today to pass my details on. I was like, oh, there's like 8 pages of work with me. It's like, oh, it's too much detail, right? Also, if you feel like I'm your person, and some people you just know, don't you? I need to work with you, and I've had sessions with different people. You think, oh, and that's part of. To me, that's like it's not the same as a relationship calling. That's what it's like when you're in your flow. You just go, oh, I know there's some medicine with this person. You might have medicine with this person, and it's really trust your heart with that. Reach out, and again, like not again, but I want to say, if money's a problem or something, just reach out, talk to us. Don't be a stranger because we are here to help. That's what we do, and that's why we're doing these beautiful videos. So thank
yeah.
you.
I had gotten this little quote from the book about getting help. So let me read this.
Mm.
For some, I'm going to say psychotherapy in the book, but this is about finding the right person. So for some, psychotherapy is tremendously beneficial, just what the doctor ordered at the perfect time. We feel seen, known, cared for. Such a relief. We learn to trust. We allow ourselves to feel held. We receive long needed parenting, compassion, acknowledgement. We open like a flower in the morning sun. For others, psychotherapy feels like talking oranges to apples. Look for look for someone who matches your frequency, whose face makes your heart smile.
Oh my God, I love that. I love that. Yeah, it's so true. And again, I can feel another part of me softening. Yeah. Oh, Rhea, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
It's been absolutely beautiful to have you on. And I think so next time we'll be talking about book 2. Am I right?
Yes,
Yes,
which
amazing.
is called Energy Body Midway Through and should be out late September.
Beautiful. Oh, you're literally a woman after my own heart because I have committed to this summer is going to be writing. Yes, sessions, but yeah, lot of books to finish up. So yeah, great inspiration, great time in there, Aureya. So thank you so much, my love. Thank you everyone for joining us. Again, if you want to reach out, if you were triggered or touched in some way, do reach out to either of us. There's no obligation, but if you need to chat, you need to just, have that little bit of support. Do reach out, be in touch, don't be a stranger, don't suffer alone. It's the last thing. We're not saying that. You might be sovereign, but we can still help each other, right? So much love to you all, and we will see you again soon on Ascension TV online and Ascension Enlightenment Essentials. So thank you, Raya. See you soon, and take care, everybody at home. See you next.